A tractor hauling a load of campers hit an icy corner, knocking out a railing and plunging off the bridge into the river below. The main route for communities north of Whistler, BC, Highway 99, is completely blocked, stranding holiday travelers at the worst possible time.
I remember when the call for this one came in. You were sitting in the office, the call came in, the RCP said, send me off a bridge. Could you get your guys on the road?
Yes.
And it was an old bridge. You and I pretty much knew exactly where this was because
Yes.
we'd driven this. This is on the old Duffy Lake.
Yeah.
One of the things I remember about this one was you were only a few hours away.
Yeah.
Because you guys are on the east side of the bridge. But the truck actually crashed on the west side of the bridge.
Right.
And they wouldn't let you guys drive through because they were trying to get those engineers to make sure the bridge could even support the weight of a car.
Yeah, so going the one route from Hope, or going around all the way to Vancouver, all the way up to 99, and coming back around the
Took
Duffy.
like 6 hours. When you saw this video, what did you think?
This guy's lucky when he went around the corner. He didn't end up, with serious injuries. I mean, he's off the bridge and into the river. So lucky he didn't drown. Lucky he didn't get swept away and thrown out of the vehicle and taken downstream. All kinds of issues with this wreck. One of the first things that we talked about was how do we recover this wreck? And being on a bridge with any kind of a crane or a rotator even, or trying to do any extra lifting off of a bridge really requires an engineer.
Because the bridge has a certain max load.
Right.
So now you got to worry about not only the load of the crane on the bridge, but when the crane picks up the truck,
right,
that adds to the weight, doesn't it?
And you have certain concentrated weight in areas from the outriggers. So, your outriggers are going to put huge forces down in certain exact spots. So the chances of you getting authority in any kind of short order to work on a bridge deck, not going to happen. One thing about this job, this is a huge worker risk. I mean, you're dealing in swift water. You're dealing in a crane, a wrecker working with a crane, which can be, if you don't have the right guys working together, they can...
Why wouldn't you just send the rotator?
Well,
or sent a rotator?
The rotator was not the tool for this job.
How do you know that?
Rotators and cranes have two different deals. A crane can lift and has lots of reach, but it doesn't have lifting capacity. A rotator has limited reach, but it has huge lifting capacity. So in this case, these trailers and the load and the Peterbilt and all that is way out, in the middle of the river. So the rotator is not going to have the reach to pick that up. I mean,
so unless you can be basically over top of the load,
right,
the rotator is basically not the right tool.
Yeah, and we can't lift on the bridge either. So that's the closest proximity. So if you did have a rotator and you were in the middle of the bridge and you could swing over and pick those things up, it'd be great. But engineers aren't letting us operate on that bridge.
Right.
Nor the crane, but the crane's got the reach. So those are the challenges we face in this whole thing.
We're trying to take the pressure off the kingpin. I didn't touch nothing.
Let's get the crane on and see what we can do with the crane. It's just too heavy. I'm trying to get it closer and I can't.
If the wrecker can pull the wreck in closer to the edge, the crane operator can retract his boom, increasing his lifting power.
Okay, you're clear of the no post.
The wreck is on the road and level.